Hey guys, Matt DeWitt from MWD Adventures. Today we're looking at the Devos Outdoor LightRanger 800. This is the little brother to the 1200 model. This thing is not what I expected it to be. A lot of surprises in this one over the 1200. If you're looking for something a little more cost effective, this is your guy. Let's quickly walk around the top and talk about the common denominator, the common things that it has. It is an area light that bases off a tripod. Their whole concept is to get the light high on a tripod, up away from you, carry the bugs away from you, and be able to aim that light down. So the light is very directional, straight down from the bottom of the light. It has 4 individual light panels, does a total of 800 lumens. It has 2 modes. Either you could light up all 4 panels or you light up 2 panels. With that, it has USB charging C on the side. It has the ability to attach a solar panel on the top with a little lanyard hook. It also has a push button here to turn the light on, to run through your modes, and to also dim. So it does have the dimming capability. Hold the button in and you can dim the panels brighter or lower. It has a positive retention little push pin here to attach to the tripod. The tripod base is, we found out the tripod base is not compatible if you have the bigger brother. They made the bottom of this hole just a tad smaller, so the bigger brother will kind of wobble on that one, so you don't want to interchange them. You want to keep them separate. But yeah, we've tested this for the last 4 nights now, running it 2 to 3 hours a night on 2 panels. We find 2 panels is plenty bright. If we're like setting up for camp, we run all 4 panels. Then after that, we reduce it down to say battery life, and 2 panels is plenty bright to be able to see what you're doing. We even will push the button and dim it down a little bit. It's worked out well that way. So as far as the solar panel capability, solar panel is pretty awesome. It's just like the big brother. You provide your own USB-C cable. I tend to kind of roll it up here like this and have it easy to plug in. So when I plug it into the light, there's less cable dangling. It has a positive retention little pullback mechanism here to lock into the head. So I can lock it into the head by pulling this back. Now the light is attached to the panel. The panel is sold separately. You have to buy that separate. If you're base camping for a period of time, panel works great. Even for 2 or 3 nights, it just attaches so easily. I love the panel accessory, especially if you're off grid and you're charging other devices with your other power stations and so on. This is one less thing you have to worry about. Set up the tripod, put it in the corner of camp, put the panel on. It blinks green when it's charging, so you know when it's working. It has a little red light here that indicates on the panel that it's charging. And then the actual light itself here will have a little status indicator that blinks to tell you the status of the charge while it's charging up. So let's compare it quickly to the LightRanger 1200, the big brother. Here's positives and negatives of both. So as you can see in physical size, they're slightly different in size. They definitely have a different pole dimension. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but like I said before, we found out the poles are not interchangeable, so they're slightly different there. Now let's get into the differences between the 2 devices. Other than the physical size, let's look at location of things. So the switch is on here on the bottom. On this one, it's on the top of the head. I think it's just physically because of the difference in size. The USB charging is on the side of the unit here on the little guy in the 800, and the C is on the bottom of the 1200 right here. So tomatoes, I'm sure it's a waterproof C. It would be my guess is the componentry they're using, so I don't think that has a huge issue. We had it out in a little bit of a rain last night and had no issues with the unit getting wet and then functioning properly. They both have the attachments for the solar panel on the top. The biggest difference is you're going to have difference in brightness, 800, 1200 for full light capacity. And when we shine them like this, we can go from 4 panels to 2 panels to off mode with this one. The 1200 can go from 4 panels to 2 panels to 1 panel. And I absolutely love the feature to go 1 panel. You can go for weeks, I'll bet, on one panel. And then on top of going one panel, then you can also dim them down. They both have the dimmable features. So that's probably the biggest thing that I see is light output, 1200, 800, and go from 4 to 2 to off, from 4 to 2 to one panel. Those are the differences. Now, one thing that I absolutely love is the filter kits. So with the 1200, and I'm not sure if they're looking to do a filter kit for the little guy in the future or not, but right now they have filtered lenses. So you've got night vision, you've got a really bright yellow, and you have kind of an amber yellow or amber orange. So this is more of an orange. I personally wouldn't even carry the orange. And night vision, I'm not so worried about. A very rare circumstance where maybe I'd want the red. I've just never been a fan of the red. All these colors will reduce bugs. So it's not an issue. It's a matter of what your needs are for what you're doing and what color you like. So I've got the brighter yellow here, and I leave this one on 90% of the time. This gives me as close to bright white as I can. You can read under this kind of yellow. And the lens just snaps on, just like that. And with this kind of yellow color, you can read under this yellow without a problem. Wendy's done several books with this. It draws less bugs than the white. We've done some comparisons and tried that. And with the ability to reduce it down to one panel. So now I just have a single panel on. And then on top of that, I can dim the light beyond that. It's amazing. You can get this down to like a night light glow if you had to. And I'm sure you could just run forever that way. Bottom line is, find your price point, find your feature set, and pick up one of these. They're both amazing. We've had no issues with both of them. They have long run time, both of them. And they pack up fairly compact. I mean, even if you were to turn it on and just set it on your tabletop like that, you could. Now, with that being said, what would I like to see Devos do in the future for upgrade? Well, I'm gonna have my son try to 3D print a base for these. So what I see use case scenario is if you're just in a hurry and you wanna set it up and not have to click it on the tripod. One, I've done this before, taken a carabiner ring and a piece of cordage and put it through the top, and I've just hung it inside my awning area of my hiker trailer. So that works out well. And that would be definitely a place you could use it. Directional down, so it's not in my eyes like a typical lantern sitting on a picnic table. I wish they had a snap-on base. So Devos, if you're watching, as you can see, it will stand up, but it's 1-inch base versus this big heavy top. It doesn't take much to get it a little wobbly. So it would be nice, Devos, if you had an accessory that pressed into the pin and gave us a little bit of a base, is to have a 1/4-20 adapter for this. If you had a 1/4-20 adapter, you could utilize any tripod for this light. How cool would that be to be able to have it like that? That's what I would like to see Devos come out with next. Now, they make amazing products. I love the tripods that they sell with them. They're nice, but it would be nice to have a tabletop version like this. So with that, guys, that is your review of the Devos outdoor equipment 800 and 1200 light comparisons. So if you guys are interested in any of these products that you've seen here today, we have a discount code with Devos Outdoor. We'll put that down below. If you have any comments or questions on this, put it down below. Consider smashing that like button. If this information helped you, consider sharing it with somebody. We appreciate it. Make sure you guys grab a lantern, get out and do some camping. I'll talk to you next time, guys.